and welcome to Monday's vlog after a busy weekend, stuffing envelopes with all your medals. I must admit, we're going through, remember, if you haven't done it already, please shoot me a PM via the forum saying, Phil, this is my address for my medal, can you get it off to me, all the rest of it, and I will get it off to you straight away. So, to be honest, all day Sunday, I was stuffing envelopes with these. So this is your fantastic, lovely medal that everybody gets just for competing, and completing, obviously, in the actual group builder. So we had 187 entries, and with the kids involved with it, it's 192 medals in total going out to you. Everybody is getting one of them, a little certificate thing, and a full set of skinny sponges and a sticker. So a nice little freebie for you like that. So as I said, for you guys who have actually given me your address, I did all those. You probably saw a picture, if I do this correct, here it is. So here's the picture from yesterday of stuffing envelopes and all the rest of it. I did the other half during the evening and getting them out, so it's absolutely great. I will get the video done this week, probably settle down Wednesday afternoon. I've got loads of editing still to do and I will get caught up with that. So we'll do a final reveal, and what I might do is actually hold it back till Friday, because Friday's always a good day for having our sort of roundup and we can leave you with your great work. So it really was a fantastic group build and well worth everybody to finish and get your actual medal. So, got to mention it, you guys were absolutely fantastic about this. When I did the review for this, and there was a slight sort of trepidation with me doing it, is because I've heard so much rubbish really on the internet about this actual kit and the pricing, and people slating it, people saying there's nothing wrong with it, and people saying there's nothing wrong with it, it looks fine, and it's not, and it's wrong. I knew it was going to be one of those kits when I actually reviewed it and put it up. Everybody was going to have an opinion. Okay, so you're going to get the sort of, the haters out there are going to just jump on it because it's it. You're going to get the guys who are like not happy about the pricing structure and all those little things that runs around with it. And obviously having now the YouTube channel open to comments, I thought, just wait for it. It's going to turn into an absolute storm. But you guys haven't. You've actually showed that, you can be mature over these things. Yes, it is a lot of money. Yes, it's 107 quid. But as a lot of you pointed out, who pays full price for a kit these days anyway? There's lots of places you can get online, and we've heard stories and people have mentioned to me that they've been picking these things up for around about £90. We've had one case got it for £65 and various things like that. So if you do your homework and look around a bit, and if no one buys them, they soon drop down in price because the stockists can't afford to be sitting on this amount of stock. So before you know it, the big suspects will have sales, and there'll be a sale item in there, 20% off, 30% off in some cases, things like that. So again, do your homework, be a little bit savvy over it. Avoid the knee-jerk reaction, and I think that's what's happening with the hobby, and I think that's what's frustrating me so much is, you get people and you just mention it and it's like, bang, and it's like, hold on a minute, calm down everyone. It is a kit, it is what it is. But again, a lot of you have been saying that, yeah, weapons, totally over the top, not going to use them all, you're paying a lot of money for it. A lot of you have said, look, it's a new tool kit. We're expecting things are going up, prices are going up across the board and everything else. So in some ways, it is that thing. You just have to sort of bite the bullet sometimes. My point to it is, honestly, it's still a cheap hobby, even if it's 100 quid for this kit. Let's just take a ballpark figure, say, right, I bought it, say, for 100 quid, okay? For me to build it, do all the weapons, to make it into a nice little basic diorama piece and everything else, as a non-professional, say, just the hobbyist doing it, is still going to be a few months worth of work, isn't it, to go through it all. And even if you do say, right, well, look, it does need the new nose and it does need the external photo etch set to go onto it to bring it up to standard. So, okay, let's just say it's costing you 125 quid. Honestly, I still think it's a cheap hobby. When you look at other hobbies up there, let's face it, it's a couple of trips to the match, to go and see the game. Or it's a couple of rounds of golf, okay? Or if you've got other hobbies, from our point of view, I still maintain, once you've got the basics of being here as a modeler and some tools and airbrush paint, things like that, it is still one of the cheapest hobbies out there, purely for the hour or the pound or dollar per hour that you spend on a kit, to how much pleasure it gives you at the end of the day. And then if you're going to take it to shows and everything else like that and show it off, it'll be a beautiful aircraft sat on anybody's display table at any show in the land, okay? Purely because it is what it is. It's a big, bold aircraft, okay? And people are going to be talking about it, and they're going to talk about it's really expensive and it's the wrong shape, but it's still a talking point, and I think that's what's great. So in some ways, it's really hard to knock a kit. I know there's the people out there who just happily have a go at anything that's released, and it's unbuildable and it's overpriced, and who do they think? And Yeah, but at the end of the day, we are still a good hobby, and it's a cheap hobby and everything else. I just wish, from a personal point of view, people could have a human conversation about things without spatting rubbish or just causing hate and just generally acting like idiots in the hobby, which is putting other people off. But that's a totally different rant, and I'm not going down to it again. But I was talking to some of the guys recently about it, and I've made my clears very clear about this one. Nothing to do what you hear me say here. I was a lot more vocal about it, but that is the thing. So I must admit, I'm very proud of everybody on our YouTube channel. Obviously the members, it anyway, but to have a good quality conversation with people not having to resort to slanging matches or slinging insults about things just to put across a good opinion. And that is the thing. I think if anybody puts over a good opinion, why it's too expensive. If you've got a good opinion and you come up and say, like a lot of people did, saying, look, Phil, those are generic sprues that have taken the missile fit from everything else from any other Hobby Boss one, whilst they're charging more and the stuff like that. You do then tend to think of it like, yeah, you got a point actually. Yeah, they are pretty standard missiles in there. Yes, you've got a couple of other sprues, but most of that external weapon set is just Hobby Boss's standard line. Yeah, okay, it's probably not worth 30 quid, because I said it's probably worth 30 quid's worth. No, it's probably not. You're probably right, And in the end of the day, if this was a £79 and 80 quid kit, I don't think many of us would have bat of an eyelid, but it is just that thing now. You've gone over that crest, 100 quid for 48 scale stuff. That's 32nd territory. That's expensive 32nd scale territory. But we are sort of going there. So really, that's, the problem with it. But anyway, good on you lot. I'm proud of you all. Anyway, one thing I do have to mention is obviously the changes we've got here at Flory Models, and this is going to sound terrible. But it's got to be said, for years and years and years, we've avoided, obviously, VAT and things like that to bring you guys things at the proper price. But as you said, we can't absorb that anymore, okay? We have to pay VAT, we have to pay, MOS fees and everything else around the world. So unfortunately, we are going to have to be putting the prices up. So this isn't going to come into effect until next month, so don't panic. But obviously the subscription is going to have to jump up to £4, okay? But what we are going to do is a yearly rate, okay? So that'll bring it back down again. So we're going to be bringing back in the yearly subscription fee, sort of the annual fee, okay? Which will just redo you every year and you go through, and it's going to be £40, okay? For the entire year here at Flory Models. And I know the haters are out there, oh, well, you pay for a form and everything else. But you guys over here, you know what it is, not the rest of it. But it's just from our point of view, it's really difficult from an accounting point of view to sort of see what we're getting from it and where it's going, and the money's coming in and out, and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter all the time. For instance, and I'm not just saying it, but as we know, doing the medal set to send this out to the US costs me around about £17 at a time. So that's the medal, the sticker, the sanders and the postage, and just a bit of time to do it, right the way through to the jiffy bag and the return sticker, everything else like that. So you think if you did 2 of those a year, one every 6 months, you're actually getting the site for nothing, and actually I'm paying you. Weirdly as it sounds, but that's actually how it goes, because obviously we do like to give back. I'm not going to stop that. We're always going to be doing medals and sanders and various things. We're still going to do the prize giveaways and everything else like that. It's just that we need to do a bit more, because obviously VAT is going to be taking 60p out of obviously your £3 subscription. Then obviously we have our handling fee from obviously PayPal and the card people and everything else, so that's another 40p. So actually it's £2, and then by the time you take tax out of that and all your things like that, really it's nothing, okay? So we need to do something about it. To be honest, it's one of those things I have avoided, as I said, for years. So unfortunately, subscriptions as of 1st of April are going to be going up. But again, if you want to subscribe now, you're fine, because it will only affect new subscribers, or if you want to voluntarily go across, you can actually go across to the new annual one or the new monthly one. So if you're feeling generous and you're thinking, poor Phil, he needs to feed Lola and all the rest of it, then obviously by all means you can then just step up to the new pricing band. But if you've got your account is in good stead and no problem at all with it, then you can stay at the cheaper one, because we've actually still got members who only actually pay £2.49 because they did it back in 2007, and they've still continued to this day. You know who you are. But unfortunately, it is our second price increase in 12 years. So really from that point of view, no, sorry, 10 years. We actually put the price up in 2007. We went up to £3 from £2.49. Okay, so around about 10 years, the first time we've put it up. And yes, it is a steep increase, sort of 25% like that, but unfortunately, it's what we really need to do. The same token, unfortunately, sanders, the washes and the pigments, they're going to have to go up in price as well. So they're going to have to be going up between 15 and 20% across the board. Once again though, be savvy, buy now before the price increase, because the price increase will not come in until the 1st of April. As of 1st of April, the price increase will come in across the board here at Flory Models for all new subscriptions and all new purchases. Anything that's outstanding before that will just carry on along that type of thing. I'm really sorry. I don't know really what to say. As I said, it's the first time we've ever put the price up on washes in 10 years as well. So it is our first price increase in 10 years. And I know it sounds hypocritical when people are banging on about the cost of kits, and here I am basically putting up the price by 20 to 25% across the board. But it's just something I need to do because, as I said, it's getting more and more difficult. My costs are coming up. Sanders costs, raw materials from it have gone up. You know, to be honest, the colour pigments have gone up 10% last month on the previous order. It's just this thing, and I can't keep afford to taking them, and I just feel really, really guilty about it, and I hate to do it, but it's something we need to do. Also, now we've got Mel is back with us full time. She's actually working for the company. She's upstairs doing orders as we actually speak. So I'm getting a bit more help, which will then free me up. So hopefully I'll be freed up totally just to do building, video, live stuff, all the rest of it. We can do that. Mel's going to be up there, and also Mel will be able to answer all your subscription problems and payment things and everything else, because she'll be on call, you know, sort of 6 hours a day if you need to contact her directly to make your way through. And then later on in life, we have plans for obviously more staff to come in to fulfill different roles. As you know, some of the things we are coming up, we've got Sci-Fi Modeler starting up in about 2-3 months time, which will be our sister channel, and obviously we are planning on expanding the range. So we've got new types of washes coming along, we've got new types of sanders, we've got further ranges to the pigments, and we're expanding everything across the range, as well as new ranges we're going to be adding to the Flory Models site as well. So in some way it's big exciting times, and other times I'm taking a step back and just concentrating on building and doing reviews and all those things you love. But as I said, unfortunately it is just one of those things where it pains me to do it, especially because everyone's now talking about the prices of things just going up, and Tamiya's are putting 25% on, and it sounds like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but at least I haven't done it for 10 years. So as I said, first time we've had a price increase in 10 years, but it's just something we need to do at this stage. I'm really sorry about it, but it's what we've got. Unfortunately, it's the days we live in. Anyway, on that horrible sour note, everyone go off and buy Sanders washes and pigments now, because quite frankly, you say it's going to go up a little bit. So from that point of view, grab them whilst you can and grab them cheap, and then that way everyone's happy, and I'll be happy as well. So there we go, that's it from today on a sad note, but I'm going to leave you now with Ron. Now Ron has actually been doing, or it'll be below here, the link will be here if you're on YouTube, did the thing with, we were doing the mask sets on the A10. So this is the full length of it. He explains everything in detail, and he's going to explain to you exactly how it works, what you need, what's good with it, what's the bad points, and everything in between. It was a great day last week to be with Ron doing it all, but as I said, we'll leave you on a high and you can watch that. So until next time everybody, happy modelling, take care.